So, will AI replace data scientists? That's the million-dollar question, right? Well, the short answer is no, but the role is going through a massive, and I mean massive, transformation. In this explainer, we're going to walk through that evolution, from being a hands-on builder to becoming a strategic orchestrator. Let's dive in. All right, before we get rolling, just a quick but important heads up. What we're covering here outlines the job responsibilities for common IT roles as companies bring AI into the mix. And we'll also pinpoint the skills you'll need to get ready. Just know, this is all based on a really detailed report from Virtualization Options LLC, which goes way deeper than we can in this brief explainer. So everything we're going to talk about today really comes back to this one core idea, the shift from builder to orchestrator. You see, traditionally, a data scientist has been a builder, right? Deep in the weeds, wrestling with code, cleaning data. The future, though, is all about being an orchestrator, the person who conducts these powerful AI systems, focusing on the big picture, the strategy, not all the manual labor. This is the change we're digging into. To really get where we're going, we've got to be honest about where we've been. So let's start with the world we all know, the traditional data scientist and what we're calling the builder's burden. Okay. For anyone who's ever worked in data, this slide is probably going to hit close to home. We all dream that the job is about building cool models. But look at this chart. A staggering 60 to 80% of our time just goes to getting the data ready. The finding it, the cleaning it, the prepping it. It's got to be done, but man, it's often the biggest grind of the job. And spending all that time in the data mines leads directly to these frustrations, doesn't it? You're always fighting with data quality, you're juggling a dozen different tools that don't talk to each other, you hit a wall when you try to scale things up, and good luck trying to explain your work to someone else so they can pick it up. This is the builder's burden. You're spending all your energy on the plumbing, instead of designing the skyscraper. But here's where the story takes a turn for the better. The rise of all this amazing AI infrastructure isn't a threat to be scared of. It's the opportunity to finally drop that burden and level up the entire role. This is what we're calling the orchestrator's opportunity. Now look, this evolution doesn't just happen overnight. It's a journey, and it really happens in 3 phases. A lot of us are still in that first traditional role, doing everything by hand. The next step is this transitional phase where you start automating some of the routine stuff, and that leads you to the final phase, the fully AI-enabled role, where your job becomes all about that high-level strategic orchestration. And this chart is everything. It shows you the payoff perfectly. See how the time you spend on that tedious data prep just plummets in the AI-enabled role? So where does all that time go? Boom! It gets reinvested into high-value stuff like strategy and AI oversight. You're basically trading in your shovel for a blueprint. This slide absolutely nails the mindset shift. The builder is always asking, how do I build this model? It's all about the code, the nitty-gritty. The orchestrator asks a totally different question. Which AI capability out there solves this business problem? You go from debugging lines of code to evaluating the output of entire AI systems. It's a whole new ballgame. Okay, so what does it actually take to become an orchestrator? Well, this new role requires a whole new toolkit built on a foundation of new AI-era skills. Think of these as the 4 new pillars of the job. First, prompt engineering. Basically, learning how to talk to AIs to get what you want. Second, system design. Being the architect who pieces together different AI tools to create a solution. Third, and this one is non-negotiable, ethics and governance, making sure we build this stuff responsibly. And finally, strategic thinking, the skill of connecting all this cool tech to real business value. Let's just double-click on prompt engineering for a second, because it is way more than just asking a chatbot a question. It's a real skill. It's about writing crystal clear instructions, using advanced tricks like giving the AI a few examples to learn from, chaining prompts together for complex jobs, and, this is critical, validating that what the AI gives you back actually makes sense. It's a brand new way of communicating with technology. Okay, so we've talked about the what and the why. Now let's get to the most important part, the how. How do you or your team actually build the bridge from the role you have today to the one you'll need tomorrow? The source material lays out this awesome 4-phase roadmap that makes it feel totally achievable. You start with a couple of months just building a solid foundation in AI literacy. Then you move on to hands-on technical training. After that, you start integrating these new skills into real-world business projects. And finally, you help scale these abilities across the whole company. It takes a huge challenge and breaks it into manageable steps. But here's the thing, that roadmap isn't the finish line. It's really the starting line for a new way of working. In this AI era, continuous learning isn't just a good practice you put on your performance review, it is the core of the job. The tools will change constantly, but your ability to learn and adapt, that's what will always keep you valuable. And this isn't just on you as an individual. For this to work, companies have to change their mindset too. The report we're drawing from puts it perfectly. The organizations that thrive in the AI era will be those that view their data scientists as strategic assets deserving significant investment. It's a partnership. You invest in your skills, and your organization invests in you. So we'll leave you with this one last thought. For years, the value of a data scientist was in knowing how to do things, how to build the model, how to clean the data. But as AI gets better and better at handling the how, the new frontier for creating value is in asking what and why. What problems are worth solving? What new opportunities can we go after? So the question for you is, as AI takes care of the how, what strategic questions are you going to ask?